Okay, am I back? I'm back, I think. Hi, I'm back. I'm going to talk to you about a few other things that maybe this should be, what bugs me section, but, the sum of it, I'll probably end up having to have another section called I'll Never Work Again if I really get in there with the what bugs me. I'm going to talk about one thing that's really great about Joe Blasco products is that he was what, like I call him, like the Christopher Columbus of cruelty-free products. And I really, it really bothers me that so many people do animal testing still. And, maybe they don't do the animal testing, but a lot of these companies say that they don't test on animals, but they actually pay for the research from the people that do test on animals. So, it's sort of like, they're they're trying to be the good guy when they're really not necessarily the good guy. And also, too, the packaging, have you ever gone to a department store and you buy, some little teeny weeny thing of eyeshadow and it's like you open up about 40 boxes of wasted cardboard. So, they really should be paying more attention to that. We just want the product. We don't really need all the other stuff. So, but it really bothers me about the testing on the animals. And I myself tried to use as many natural products as possible. And I know a lot of the young actresses are turning that way because, people will ask me from time to time, what do you have in your kit? Do you have Dr. Hauschka? Do you have Kors? Do you have, I know Urban Decay does some things that are cruelty-free, and Joe Blasco's line is cruelty-free, but, there's not that many. So, we'll probably, I actually have the information of a lot of natural cosmetic companies. So if you go to www.muatv, we're going to post the list of the natural beauty products that you can, sort of keep in mind when you're shopping for your next makeup show, or you're shopping for yourself, or want to get a gift for somebody. It's kind of nice to know that you're not, killing a monkey. So
We'll post the list at the end of the show.
Okay.
We'll post the list at the end of the show.
Yeah, we'll post the list at the end of the show. So, and Mr. Blasco's been doing this since the late '70s. So everybody's had enough time to copy him. So what's happening? Money, money, money. We waste money. We're ruining the environment. People need to pay attention. All those powder puffs. If you can figure out another way to get the powder on the face, maybe start using brushes, because where are the powder puffs going? I don't think they can be recycled. So, all right. And also, too, another thing that really bothers me is like hazards on the job. Now, we've had to do all these safety classes. Like, they make us do 1 million safety classes. And I feel like sometimes it's like not as safe as it used to be. I think people aren't paying attention to their own safety, like, for example, have you ever worked in a makeup trailer where people are using, they're spraying, doing airbrush makeup? Have you ever looked up in the sky at the lights and seen all this stuff floating around? I mean, airbrush serves a purpose, but you should ask to actually get a little tent, especially if you live in California. They can put a tent outside where for your actor and yourself, you can sort of lift it up so that you have fresh air coming in and you're not breathing in all those little particles. And, just any kind of sprays. Even, you're in a trailer and the hairdressers are spraying a bunch of wigs. Hairspray, you're inhaling all that stuff. So makeup artists need to think more about their future and their lungs and and when you're using all these products like, removers and solvents, you need to make sure that you wear gloves if they're hazardous things. And you need to be conscious of what you're putting on the actors' faces, too. And I try not to use brush cleaner, to be honest. I use soap and water on my brushes, and then I, spray and clean them with alcohol at the end and let them air dry, because all your brushes last longer. And, the only time I would ever use, say, a brush cleaner would be maybe on a lip brush if I was doing like tons of background. But a lot of times I buy the disposable ones, so you can just, give them to the person at the end and, say, here, have a little brush, So So you're not, or if somebody has, a lot of people get herpes. And in that case, I throw everything out. Actually, I've worked on somebody once that had, I don't know what they had, but at the end I was like, okay. And after they left the trailer, it was like, swoop, everything went in the trash and got the alcohol out, poured the alcohol all over the station, and So you got to think of these kind of things, because also pink eye, all that kind of stuff, you want to make sure you're not dipping in from those brushes, and and you should throw out your mascaras after a while, or use those mascara disposable brushes every time you're going to do a new client. You shouldn't use the wand that you've used on somebody else. And a lot of companies make little teeny miniature mascaras, so that way at the end, it's only a couple bucks. You could just say to your artist, here's your mascara, Tester units in the stores. Yeah, when you're in a store and you're trying out stuff and you want somebody to do your makeup, make sure that they're using either a Q-tip, or that they spray some alcohol over the area of any kind of lip products, or take it off the side of a lipstick. That they shouldn't actually just, you shouldn't yourself go, wow, that's a pretty color, and just plant it on your lips, because you don't know how many people have touched it. Eyeshadows as well. Any kind of, in today's day and age, you really need to be cautious of, I'm not trying to turn you all into Howard Hugheses, but you need to be, conscious of germs, that's for sure, And good thing, clean your hands between every client. That's another thing, And, you're meeting people on the first day on the job, shaking a million people's hands. Go wash your hands before you start doing the person's makeup. Craft service. You guys are all going to think I'm a freak, but craft service. Unless they have little scoops, in the snacks, you should really, don't put your fingers in a bag of potato chips that have been, open on a set when you're doing like Ben-Hur or something, because how many people have had their hands in there. A lot of people don't wash their hands, so, these are just things that bug me. And I think that's about it about, those kind of germ issues. And I think the next thing I'm going to talk about in 2 seconds, I'm going to take a little break right now, so go back and watch the rest of Ronnie Spector, or maybe V. Neal. She has a good segment. Watch either one of those guys while we take a break for a second. Bye.